If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer. Seeing you in summer, I never would go. Your hair streaked with sunlight, your lips red as flame, your hair with a luster that puts gold to shame. But if I'd ever leave you, it couldn't be in autumn. How I'd leave in autumn, I never could go. I've seen how you sparkle when fall nips the air. I know you in autumn, and I must be there. And could I leave you running merrily through the snow, or on a wintry evening when you catch the fire's glow? If ever I would leave you, how could it be in springtime, knowing you in spring I'm bewitched by you so? Oh no, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never could I leave you at all. Love is a risk. The risk of loss, the risk of becoming independent, and the risk of being committed. All of this extending oneself by choice to nurturing your own and another's spiritual growth involves, Peck says, a great deal of discipline. He says any genuine loving relationship is a disciplined relationship, because if I truly love another person, I will obviously order my behavior in such a way as to contribute the utmost to the other's spiritual growth. The man who sums all of that up, the discipline, the choice of loving, had one heck of a time following through on one dark night in the Garden of Gethsemane. But Jesus loved even to death. Changed, I'm not as sure as when we started. Then I was inspired. Now I'm sad and tired. Listen, surely expectations tried for 3 years seems like 30. Could you ask as much from any other man? But if I die, see the saga through and do the things you ask of me. Let them hate me, hit me, hurt me, nail me to their tree. I'd want to know my God. I'd want to know my God. I'd want to see my God. I'd want to see my God. Why I should die. Would I be more noticed than I ever was before? Would the things I've said and done matter anymore? I'd have to know my Lord. I'd have to know my Lord. I'd have to see my Lord. I'd have to see my Lord. If I die, what will be my reward? If I die, what will be my reward? I'd have to know my Lord. I'd have to know my Lord. Why should I die? Why should I die? Can you show me now that I would not be killed in vain? Show me just a little of your omnipresent brain. Show me there's a reason for your wanting me to die. You're far too keen on where and when and not so hot on why. All right, I'll die. Just watch me die. See how I die. See how I die. After all I've tried for 3 years, seems like 90. Why then am I scared to finish what I started, what you started? I didn't start it. Thy will is hard, but you'll hold every card. I will drink your cup of poison, nail me to your cross and break me, bleed me, beat me, kill me, take me now, before I change my mind. Love as a discipline is Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus, abandoned by most everything and everyone, realized that love involves not only closeness and intimacy, but unique separateness. Peck tells us that a major characteristic of genuine love is that the distinction between oneself and the other must always be maintained and preserved. I'm not you, you're not me. The genuine lover always perceives the beloved as someone who has a totally separate identity, and moreover, the genuine lover always respects and even encourages this separateness, this unique individuality of the beloved. Genuine love, he says, not only respects the other's individuality, but actually seeks to cultivate it, even at the risk of separation or loss. The ultimate goal of life, Peck writes, the ultimate goal of life remains the spiritual growth of the individual, that solitary journey to peaks that can be climbed only alone. Significant journeys, he says, cannot be accomplished without the nurture provided by friends, family, society, love. But ultimately, we climb the heights and plumb the depths of love alone as we learn to live into the simple gift of the God who lives within us as love. "'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. "'Tis the gift to be simple, 'tis the gift to be free, 'tis the gift to come down where you ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight." I'd like to do a short edit there. Would you like to stand up for just... What seems so complicated when we're about it is actually very simple when it's given as a gift. Because love is not just something we achieve. It's God's gift to us, in and through our nurturing of one another. Love becomes a kind of communion, a common union between ourselves and the God of love who lives in us. Peck writes, "It is only when one has taken the leap into the unknown of totally becoming yourself, only when one has risked psychological independence, only when one strives for unique individuality, only then is one free to proceed along still higher paths of spiritual growth and free to manifest love in its greatest dimension, which is the dimension of God's grace." Peck says, "I have come to believe that people's capacity to love, and hence their will to grow, is nurtured not only by the love of their parents and their family and their friends, but it's nurtured throughout their lives by God's love. This is a powerful force," he says, "external to our consciousness, a force which operates through our unconscious, perhaps, as well as through our conscious loving of other people." He mentions that we don't come to grace. Grace is there in us, waiting for us to acknowledge the call to live at the feast of love. Come my way, my truth, my life, such a way as gives us breath, such a truth as ends all strife, such a life as killeth death. Come my light, my feast, my strength, Christ as men's in length, such a strength as makes his guest. Come, my joy, my love, my heart, such a joy as none can move, such a love as none can part, such a heart as joys in love. The call to love, the call to grace, the call to communion. Once we realize that love is not just about warm, fuzzy feelings we have for each other, once we become aware that love is not just choosing to love one another, but that in feeling and choosing one another, we're finding our way into the very center of the God, whose one always name is love. Peck says, the existence of this force of grace, this power in our lives, indicates with certainty that our human spiritual growth is of importance not just to you and to me, but our growth is of the utmost importance to something far greater than ourselves, that something we call our God. We live our lives in the eye of God, he says, not at the periphery, but at the very center of God's vision. And it is probable that the universe as we know it is but a single stepping stone toward the entrance into the kingdom of God, the kingdom of love. The universe, the world of which we are a part, this stepping stone has been laid down to prepare a way for us. But we ourselves must choose to step across it, one by one. Through grace, we are helped not to stumble, and through grace, we know we're being welcomed. What more can we ask? Peck asks. This program has been about your loves and mine. It's been about those who have reached out to us to nurture us and those whom we have nurtured in love. My hope and my prayer is that it has brought forward in your memory and your imagination many people. People whose relationship with you has brought you joy, pain, memories to celebrate, and memories that may need healing. That's the aspects of love. It's for that healing and for that celebration that I invite you to pray with me now in the words Jesus taught us. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.